Alright everybody, so how are we doing today? So, Mueller has released his official statement on the Trump-Russia investigation, and get this, he basically says, surprise, surprise, no evidence for collusion. But at the same time, he has no outstanding evidence absolutely proving Trump's innocence either. So it's really kind of up in the air, isn't it? But here we are talking about this still because they won't give up on the crazy, loony Russiagate conspiracy because they just can't accept the fact that Hillary lost. It's really that simple. But according to Mueller, charging Trump with obstruction of justice was not an option. In a First Amendment, first public statement on this issue. Congressional Democrats have accused Attorney General William Barr of making unnecessary redactions to the 400-page report in an effort to protect Trump. Mueller dismissed these accusations Wednesday, saying Barr has already made the report on our investigation largely public. Excuse me for a second. Mueller also said that he would give no testimony to Congress beyond that which is already public. Previously, House Judiciary Committee Chair Representative Jerry Nadler has expressed a desire to question Mueller about the report, saying last week that the special counsel would probably testify in private to the committee and earlier threatening to subpoena Mueller if necessary. Trump has accused Nadler and the 23 other Democrats on the committee of trying to hold a do-over of the Mueller investigation and has repeatedly stated that the report found no collusion and no obstruction. In a Donald Trump tweet, the Dems want a second shot at Bob Mueller, are very unhappy with the no collusion report. They should not be allowed to play this game any longer. No second chances, must go back to work. So bad for our country. Meanwhile, some Democrats have taken Mueller's insistence on not prosecuting Trump as a cue to bring their own charges, including impeachment proceedings against the president. Oh yeah, they're still going to try it. In the end, the report didn't matter. In another Trump tweet, nothing changes from the Mueller report. There was insufficient evidence, and therefore in our country a person is innocent. The case is closed. Thank you. Trump has basically said that nothing changes. Plain and simple. Nothing changes from the Mueller report. There just wasn't enough evidence to convict. But they can't accept that, can they? Oh, but it gets better from there. Watch this. Pulling a Comey. How Mueller dog whistled Democrats into impeachment of Trump. They're going to take it as a dog whistle and they're going to go for it anyway. Since they found no evidence of collusion, they're going to press their own charges. And despite years of work, millions of dollars, and near unlimited powers, Mueller's special prosecutors found zero evidence of collusion or conspiracy. And absent the underlying crimes, no grounds to charge the U.S. president with obstruction of justice, even as they wrote up 240 pages of tortured reasoning as to why they wanted to. Case closed. Conspiracies put to bed. Lots of people with egg on their face. Time for the public to move on, right? Wrong! As the article pulls forward, did you honestly expect people who have gone all in one on a conspiracy theory about Russia somehow stealing the election from Hillary Clinton, investing not just the past 3 years but their entire political and media capital into it, to give up just because there isn't a grain of truth in it? Instead, they latched onto Mueller's carefully weasel-worded declaration. If we had confidence the president did not commit a crime, we would have said so. In short, he admits there's no evidence he did anything. But there was no mere misstep either. Mueller followed that line up with a passage about how his office did not make a determination whether Trump committed a crime because the standing policy of the Office of Legal Counsel, or OLC, is that a sitting president cannot be indicted. Not their fault, you see. They had no choice. Tweets from Aaron Mate, William Chamberlain. Does the OLC guideline prevent a prosecutor from at least specifying chargeable conduct by POTUS and recommending those charges? If not, why didn't Mueller do it? And from William Chamberlain, Robert Mueller just reiterated the bottom line of his report. They didn't change the president for a variety of reasons, including the OLC option. They couldn't exonerate the president on obstruction. Why on earth did he feel the need to make a statement? Because I think, in my personal opinion, Mueller wanted there to be something. But turned out there wasn't. But Mueller's was a weasel statement worthy of former FBI boss and his personal friend, James Comey, who actually admitted to Congress that he hoped to force the appointment of a special counsel by leaking the memos of his meetings with Trump to the press. It also seems to have been a dog whistle to Democrats who have been arguing ever since the Mueller report was published that it totally proved obstruction of justice and gave them the pretext for impeachment. A variety of party luminaries such as House Judiciary Committee Chair Jerry Nadler, presidential candidate Senator Cory Booker, and firebrand Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez now doubled down on the claim. They've invested too much into this to give up, even though there's literally no evidence. Because the problem with liberal Democrats and the left is that they don't pursue truth. They pursue a narrative. Because truth doesn't suit their agenda. It doesn't suit their end goal. An agenda does. So they pursue an agenda instead of the truth. And really, I've debunked so many articles, and I have discovered that liberals, leftists, and Democrats were lying so many times. At this point, I'm desensitized to it. It doesn't even bother me anymore. I literally take it as a given at this point, because that's how often it's happened in my circle. That they've lied so much and created garbage arguments so much that at this point I take it as a given, and I just can't trust them anymore. How could I? Not at this point. They're married to the idea that they need to pursue a narrative rather than actually go looking for the truth. Because the truth doesn't suit them. You can't trust someone who thinks like that. No way. Trump is innocent. The only crime he's committed in office is his bullshit foreign policy. Other than that, whatever. That's all, folks.